Hi, I'm Dr. Zeig, Jeff Zeig, the director and the founder of the Milton Erickson Foundation here in Phoenix, with another 5-minute video for improving your practice. What we can consider in this section is the idea of goals. How do we establish goals? A problem in psychotherapy, a real problem in psychotherapy, is what do you say after you say hello? And that is not something that is proscribed by some empirically validated protocol. What we say after we say hello that is meaningful in helping the patient to live a more adaptive, full life is an art more than it is a science. But there are some principles that we can consider. One thing that we consider in an Ericksonian approach to psychotherapy is establishing a clear video outcome. What I mean by a video outcome is, can you see the outcome that it is that the client wants to achieve? Stopping smoking, well, maybe you can create an image for the person as being a non-smoker. I want to get over my procrastination. Well, that's not something that you can see. What will it look like when you have accomplished what it is that you want? So that when you have a well-formed outcome, it's much easier to understand what procedures you can use to get there. Now, once you do have that well-formed outcome, from an Ericksonian approach, what is the phenomenological reality? What is the lived experience of that person in that outcome? So if the person is now being active, well, that's just a title. What is the phenomenology of activity? What is this person doing perceptually, emotionally, physiologically, with their breathing, with their gesture, with their posture, with their expression? And begin to understand and divide the goal, the video outcome, with a series of components, and understand that human behavior is characterized by perception and by gesture, by posture, by tone, by tempo, by memory, by relationship, by intellect, by behavior, by cognition. And we can begin to create a phenomenological map, both intrapsychically, internal to the person, and interpersonal. Think about the categories of the solution. Once you can have a video outcome, once you can understand the components, then you can begin to start the patient on a train of activity, start the client on a train of activity that helps the client to access those components. So from an Ericksonian perspective, the goals are future-oriented, the goals are concrete, the goals are directed to things that people can change, the goals are directed to components that are utilized from within the client, the goals are directed towards things that help the client to experience a more adaptive state. When we study about Milton Erickson, he's intricately entwined with hypnosis. And hypnosis is a metaphor for helping people to change their state. And in one of the 5-minute videos subsequently, I'm going to deconstruct hypnosis into some of its component parts so that you can understand the model that I'm presenting you about how do we establish goals. We establish goals by understanding the phenomenological components of the constructed state that the client wants to be in, and we begin to use techniques like hypnosis, like metaphor, like anecdotes, indirect suggestion, directives, symbolic tasks, literature, poetry, to help the client to realize those components and take the steps into living the outcome that the client desires. This is Jeff Zeig with your 5-minute video tip for today. Thank you.